brand new stage.
Dive heroes. I mean, Sombra got a buff. We might even get a chance to see some Diva because she got some huge buffs across the board to her boosters, her micro missers, and her called mech. That costs a little bit less to get that back online. And so I can't wait to see what these teams are going to run with because I feel like we're spoiled for choice here, Jack.
Outlaws, no surprise, running Doomfist, but Punk's still sticking on the jump queen.
Wow, okay, so that's really interesting to me because...
Ana on the field, if you do get hacked, you can just like instant-nade the tank and then just hit him real quick with a couple of darts. Oh, Crimson. I think I'll turn into roadkill there as Danteh cleans up the rest of the Boston Uprising and Outlaws find the first cap. Much damage done at all, in fact, none, pretty much. Pulsebomb gets thrown at. Howdy, hit those! Woo! Okay, Merit. Double kill for the Tracer. Houston Outlaws DPS line kind of going a bit crazy. Boston Uprising just swept under the rug. Outlaws take round one.
Oh, and the flip came off the back of the MCD Transcendence.
Nice hack. Oh,
I just think Punk's getting bullied.
Another rehack. Look at Pelican just basically AFK shooting the back of the Boston Uprising right now. Yeah.
But especially when you want to try to get the damage in too.
CMP, oh, the nade follow-up too creative. Both support lands now down, damage pretty permanent at this point. Danteh super low, another nice sticks from Valentine. He's got Dante's number and he's not calling him back. Boston Uprising still control this point, bros. It's 90% on board, so Valentine just needs to be able to hold it down, maybe forcing it to 95. He's going to go back in, he's got the orb. Can the Boston Uprising get back in time? It's a race from the spawns. Houston Outlaws aren't going to be able to get back just in time, but no, look at Valentine just permanently on this point, just forcing it into OT. Outlaws eventually get the flip, but...
Where Punk go hit it.
There's the nano onto Danteh. Victoria setting up with an EMP in the back. Instantly killed is creative. You take extra damage when you are hacked, remember. Worth keeping in mind. Danteh uses his ult to try and just squish Punk, but wasn't to be as Punk used his own ultimate to get out of there ASAP. Now the Outlaws are in overtime. They end up wiping their Boston Uprising. It is Victoria on the point, has to hit the recall. Using that Translocator, can't get back. Outlaws go one map up. Outlaws do take the first map 2-0. Boston made it pretty damn competitive, especially on that last round. They got it to 99, which didn't quite step over the mark. Boston not making any substitutions here. Pretty happy with the lineup they're going with so far. However, Houston Outlaws have Danteh step back for a brief moment. And Merit comes back with a little bit of damage. Overclock finds one, and with 30 seconds to go, the Uprising need to find a little something extra.
I don't think they're going to. I mean, Punk's got an axe and swinging with it. It just doesn't seem to handle itself against the blade.
Nope. There's the Punk Queen, ladies and gentlemen. Boston Uprising with a clean first point hold against the Outlaws, claim that 90% and tie the series up.
All right. I mean, whew, a full hold. The close map number 1. Jaws, we might have a series on our hands. I mean, last time these two teams met, they did win, did go to 5 maps. So let's buckle up, everybody.
Buckle up. It's going to be a long run. Overtime is approaching Rose, and Pelican's got the EMP. Merit's got the pulse. The Outlaws want to stand tall and hold this payload. The blue box of victory looming closer for the Uprising. It's EMP versus EMP. Who Sombra can get it off better? A 3-man for the Outlaws, but the nano comes on just in time as Doe stays alive. A pulse bomb from Merit gets eaten by Punk as the Boston Uprising is still somehow so healthy. Merit ends up going down as Punk is standing tall. There is no way the Outlaws can get another support ultimate on time, so it's more of a neutral fight. The Uprising, they got a nano, they apply it to MCD, and as overtime is ticking down, the Boston Uprising push that payload in and on sit themselves on match points in the series. A 10th place team currently taking it to the Outlaws. Outlaws need to clench this out.
They do.
One more map and Boston take them down.
Wow.
It's already dead. Very little follow-up now for the Outlaws. Doge gets antied, demeched. Pulsebomb comes out from Valentine, but it might not even be needed. The EMP is still being sat on by Pelican. MCD's there, but he's still standing up. Crimzo hacked, unable to use nano, but it fades away in 1 and a bit seconds. Overtime is here. Outlaws aren't. Overtime gone. Boston Uprising with the 3-1. All right, the Shock and the Houston Outlaws. The desk kind of painted the picture perfectly, right? The last few games have not been great. It's also weird to say that Shock right now are on a 2-match losing streak, Rose. They lost against the Washington Justice yesterday, and then they also lost against Dallas in the Summer Showdown. So right now, the longest lose streak they've ever been on is 2, which in fact, got to be careful. Sam's got an idea of where he is currently. Turret's dead, unlucky. There's the Molten Core. One little globule on the bridge, one on the stairs. Stopping the Houston Outlaws from really doing much here. In fact, the Transcendence is going to be popped to get on top of that high ground. Bob on the point for the Outlaws, using those barricades to stop Bob on the point, so he will be capping. But Merit ends up going down to Finn, and a late Transcendence from the Shock. Terror Surge coming out. That's a lot of damage. However, Violet's Lamp does save himself and Mikey from taking too much damage. The problem is now Finn and Violet on the wrong side of the map. Shock might be in a good position to get the reflip. Oh, maybe not. Pelican sends an arrow his direction and takes him down. Oh, nice spear from Danteh.
Yeah.
Terror Surge is available when the lamp's already gone down. Mikey probably comment that to the rest of his team. Use that Javelin spin to march on forward, but with the Discord Orb and no armor left, Mikey's a little bit more vulnerable. With Violet and Creative going down, there's going to be a lot of damage heading San Francisco Shock's way, and they still need to touch that point. 99%. Can they even trigger OT? They cannot. San Francisco Shock, what was quite a dominant start, get taken down by the Outlaws in round number 1.
They're a little bit more expendable, but still you'd like to try to find some amount of value. I mean, here's the Dragon Strike again. Look at that, just a little lunge to the side. Oh my goodness. Shock, like, just they didn't have anywhere to go. They backed up into the wall.
That's how you take down the Echo without a permanent hit scan. Danteh makes a very aggressive push, sacrifices his mech, but gets 2 kills for it. Wow. Shock, we're not expecting that back at all. Shock are not looking great on this round at all. 25% for the Outlaws now. They might claim round 2 for the another EMP coming out. This one a little bit better. Does hit Lastro, but gets instantly nanoed by Creative. Playing on 2 opposite sides with the supports from the Outlaws, so only one of them can get EMP'd at once. Very easy reactionary ult there from Creative. No one's gone down just yet for the Outlaws. Shock need to find somebody, but they've already lost Violet. A Transcendence from Lastro to heal the rest of his team back up. Creative dodges out of the way of that pulse bomb, but Proper finishes him up. Another big pulse bomb from Merit though. These Tracers going head to head, trying to carry their teams on their backs, but it is Merit currently that's winning it out for the Outlaws. Those mines are going to prove quite easy for the Outlaws to kind of dodge around there, and the Shock don't manage to touch. And just like that, the Outlaws sweep Shock under the rug with ease. The offense, so Danteh versus Kaluj, both on the Diva. We've seen a lot of different styles of defense, defensive compositions from a lot of teams. The Shock opting for that Zenithing Ana with a little bit of long-range damage. Sam on the hand, though. Maybe assumed that Violet was going to be okay, or Finn was there with an orb, but Danteh kind of solo killed him. He doesn't trade for it, but look at the space that's now been created because of that kill.
Yeah, and that's really the important thing, is like when you dive after the supports in the back line, either you are distracting them long enough to not heal the other members on your team, or even better, you get a pick, and then they just aren't present for the rest of the fight. So that's already 2 ticks now given over to the Outlaws.
Yeah, Proper's back. He sees Lastro. He wants revenge. He's got a pulse bomb to do something with. Oh, Lastro might not even. Oh, he ends up just getting the nano instead. As Pelican cleans up Violet and Sam. There was a good nano onto Kaluj there, but he couldn't get quite nearly as much done as Pelican could. Damn, okay. Outlaws end up capping the point. They very well could stay on this point and force Outlaws into an overtime scenario. A beautiful sleep onto Proper, but can they get the execute? They can. Merit in a big right click. You see how many assists were on that kill.
Yeah.
Just to take down Proper. However, Kaluj is back. He does end up getting hacked, and with 10 seconds to go, the San Francisco Shock have lost their main source of damage, so they're relying on Kaluj and Finn to really clean up some of these kills, but now with Finn dying to another dive from Danteh, it could be a little bit more tough. There it is. Houston Outlaws, even in OT, are going to get that second point.
Wow, did Shock make them work for that, though? That was an impressive amount of stall and comeback potential there from the Shock.
Kaluj also gets demech'd. Danteh's is antied, but look at the Outlaws' position. They've got a very, very good sightline on the finish line right now, but with Merit falling and a Transcendence being used by Finn, Shock are going to be able to survive, at least for a moment. A nice nade, a long-range one from Creative. Purple's Kaluj, so he gets burned down even though the Transcendence is up. A hack onto Proper. But that 1.75 seconds doesn't last all too long, and he hits that recall. Another nano on the Tracer, but he can't go for this backline dive. He attempts it. He does get this stick, but the Outlaws are still coming up with kills. The late EMP from Sam's good enough to find the kill onto Merit, but is it good enough to finish this one off? Kalush is so low, and Pelican and Danteh are just chipping away at his mech. The spawns are coming in from the San Fransisco Shock, but still Creative is alive in the background. He's only 20% away from that nano. Can he keep his team alive long enough to get it? It doesn't look like it. Proper comes out on the Cassidy of all picks. You get Danteh on the back line to take down Finn. With Creative falling though, he's going to have a little bit harder time surviving now. Houston Outlaws still have the EMP coming back, but a giant anti once again from Violet is going to send Danteh packing. However, with Pelican on the point, raring to go with its EMP, they might still be good. EMP comes out. Kalush, is he going to get the remake in time? No, he does not. Gets taken down by Lastro. Houston Outlaws might just be able to hold on now, Rose.
Yeah, I mean, after throwing all of that at the fight, you would hope so, but Merit's getting a little low, needs to go for a pulse bomb here, but Shock are just coming back. Proper's, using the
Proper is
deflect.
not dying.
He's just still
1,000% accuracy right now from Violet. Nano in Finn. Finn goes to the back line, trying to finish the job himself. Hits the Ego Transcendence right on top of Danteh, who was left sleeping there just a little bit. Just carnage at the moment. What is going on? These fights are lasting so long. Finn even dodges away out of self-destruct. Nothing killing this man. Sam's got another EMP. Unleashed. Pelican, or Merit even dead. Pelican could maybe touch, but nope. San Fransisco Shock, after what was a 20-minute fight on last, end up tying the series.
Oh my god. Yeah. So they're going to have to be very patient. Oh, see, look at that. He just knows. He just knows. He knows.
He knew Pelican was scoping around. Looks like Pelican did transcate back to the Mega Health Pack on the other side of those doors, potentially. Right, there's another hack. Nice dive setup. Pelican instantly creating value with the help of Lastro's orb and Merit following him up. Violet dead. Kalush needs to come up with something large. San Fransisco Shock not going down without a fight though. I mean, ideally right now you just kind of die on the payload. But against a Sombra in this kind of situation, it's pretty damn hard to come back from that 4v5 because the Sombra can just kind of chill and then go for those hacks over and over again on people trying to touch.
Exactly. And it does make it difficult when a lot of the heroes in this meta too are just so reliant on their mobility. Like Merit like the Tracers can't do anything if they're hacked. That is gonna, put Danteh in the forefront of taking a nade from Violet, but oh my god, the Sombras. The Sombras.
Oh, a little 1v1, a little honorable 1v1. Not quite as honorable, both of them translocated back. Oh. Well, that was funny. The Shock aren't laughing. Violet and Finn are dead. Proper with low HP, yeah, he has to back out. There's no way they're winning here. Kalush's trying to fail. Houston Outlaws getting that nano onto Merit so he doesn't instantly evaporate. Oh, missed the blink. Did you get it again? No. Kalush is still looking at it. It's all good, but he has been pushing this payload the whole time. Merit playing point guard right now. The pulse bomb flicked to the left, and Finn was on the right. Used that transcendence too, even just to help Kalush stay alive. Big EMP from Pelican, very late on into this fight, so the San Fransisco Shock didn't really have anything, no abilities really after or before that EMP to sustain themselves through that. 2 minutes to go for the Outlaws now as they unlock those doors. 15 seconds to go for the Outlaws. Respawns are coming in as Merit is on the payload touching.
Merit's gonna just try to keep that overtime active, that cart pushing, but he's gonna have to triple blink over, or Danteh gets there.
Yep. No, he got there, but he is dead. No Tracer, maybe no win here for the Outlaws. I mean, you got Danteh and Pelican just perma-juggling. It's kind of nice. Danteh's on a little angle here, so he can touch and then dip back into cover. Proper goes for some sort of heroics in the left-hand side of the map there, but Pelican and Creative were lying in wait. So this overtime will continue for the Outlaws. Danteh has seen his target dive straight towards Finn and helps Pelican clean up that kill. The Outlaws aren't out of this just yet. The Shock health bars are dwindling quite quickly, as overtime will disappear in a blink of an eye if Outlaws do get off the point now. Danteh playing the chunky Tracer is diving in, but the kills are really coming through for the Outlaws now. The Shock need to find something. The EMP is going to force them to get back onto that payload, but they can't do it in time. The Houston Outlaws, what was a dangerous situation to be in there, managed to complete in OT. Merit is just cleaning up, like actually ridiculous stuff from Merit. Takes down both supports. San Fransisco Shock are just going to get help here. Just no hope in hell getting back. Kalusha's dead. Overtime's in progress. The San Francisco Shock have Sam to touch, maybe? No, not at all. Lastro didn't even use that Transcendence.
He didn't need it.
He's got a big smile on his face, and I would be too. I'd be pretty damn happy with that. They hold the San Francisco Shock on that 3rd point. Houston Outlaws now. Match point in the series. Oh, EMP. It lands. It landed well. And Violet instantly blown out. You can't even use the shield there either if you're Violet, so yeah, you are extremely vulnerable in that position. With 3 minutes to go, the ball hasn't really moved on either side, like 40 meters to 32. That's like such a small meter bank. There's a little walkway. You can see Danteh, easy EMP, a kickback onto Pelican, but Danteh was nano, so both supports just melted like ice cream on a hot summer's day. 57 meters for the Outlaws as they do win this fight, and with 15 seconds to go, the San Francisco Shock might just go down. 3 match losses in a row, a very uncharacteristic look for one of the best teams in North America. 5 seconds now and counting. The San Francisco Shock are getting harassed by Danteh in the spawn, and they're not going to be able to touch the bot. The Outlaws have done it! A 3-1 over the Shock.
There's one man leading the charge that does deserve our player of the match today. And Jaws, this was a tough choice, I feel like, to pick a particular player, because I think you could have given it to the supports as well, but I think we need to give it to Danteh for just the work that he put in for this match. There was no Doomfist at all today. We started things off on Orisa, and then it was D.Va all the way through, and it looked good.
Yeah, Dante's D.Va looks exceptional. Obviously, at this point, it's like Dante's only going to play tank for the Outlaws. Like, there were questions earlier on in the season, like, okay, we've seen him on Doom. That's really, obviously, we expect that. Yeah, okay, Jungle Queen kind of fits that hero call too, and how Jungle Queen plays, how aggressive he can kind of go. But now he's on the D.Va, and he looks like unbelievable. A masterclass in like how to play D.Va like hyper aggressively, like the big tracer. As D.Va's kind of always been called as a flat tracer or a big tracer, right? It's insane what he can kind of get done. There's a lot of support. His backline definitely needs to shout out too, like you were saying, Rose. Creative sleep darts, but their ability to kind of